Hey Bougie Click, welcome to my channel. Today, we're diving deep into the intriguing world of code switching, where living between two worlds becomes the norm. Ever wondered if you can truly be yourself in every situation? The reality is, code switching is a complex dance we all perform, shifting our language, behavior, and even appearance to navigate different social contexts. From professional settings to personal spaces, this active adaptation can be both empowering and exhausting. Join us as we explore how code switching shapes our identities, impacts our success, and challenges our authenticity. Stick around and let's unravel the fascinating dynamics of living between worlds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's start this conversation together.
I'ma make you a fan.
Code switching, living between two worlds. Can you ever be yourself? Can you ever be yourself? The short answer is no. No one can be the same version of themselves all the time and in every context. Human behavior is naturally fluid, shaped by nuances and the demands of the environment and social dynamics. You wouldn't share your personal secrets with someone you don't trust, nor would you act as cheerful around people you dislike as you would with close friends. Likewise, the way you interact with a boss, likely professional and restrained, will differ from the relaxed, joke-filled exchanges you might share with a coworker. In this sense, people aren't just one static identity, they adapt, shift, and present different facets of themselves based on who they're with and the circumstances they face. While it might feel like code switching challenges authenticity, it's often simply a reflection of the complexity and versatility of being human. What is code switching? Code switching is the subtle, or sometimes glaringly obvious, act of shifting how we express ourselves depending on the social, cultural, or professional context we're in. It's more than just changing our tone or vocabulary. It can involve adjusting behaviors, attitudes, or even appearance to fit in or meet societal expectations. For people navigating multiple identities, whether racial, cultural, or linguistic, code switching can feel like second nature, but it's often accompanied by complexities and challenges. It's like a linguistic costume change, but not always by choice. At its essence, it involves shifting between different languages, dialects, or communication styles to fit varying social contexts. You might switch from your polished, professional self at the office to the laid-back, slang-savvy version with your friends. While this chameleon act is a handy tool for navigating diverse social landscapes, for Black people and other minorities, it's often about more than just fitting in, it's about survival in a world crafted by systemic racism and stereotypes. Why does it matter? At its core, code switching involves alternating between languages, dialects, or styles of communication to adapt to different social or cultural contexts. For example, slipping seamlessly between African American Vernacular English (AV) and Standard English, depending on the setting, is a common form of code switching among Black people. Code switching isn't just a matter of social etiquette. It's tied to larger issues of identity, belonging, and systemic barriers. In professional settings, for instance, the pressure to suppress AAV or adopt more standard speech isn't just about fitting in, it's about being taken seriously, avoiding stereotypes, and securing opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach. Why do we code switch? Let's face it, authenticity doesn't always pay the bills. In professional spaces, especially those dominated by one cultural norm, code switching is often necessary for survival and success. It's about navigating a world where certain ways of speaking, acting, or dressing are unfairly deemed professional or appropriate. For many, it's a survival mechanism, a way to avoid microaggressions, bias, or, frankly, being misunderstood. Imagine sitting in a corporate meeting and wanting to sprinkle in a y'all or drop some cultural references. Depending on who's in the room, that might not fly. By code switching, individuals tailor their self-expression to what is likely to be accepted, respected, or even celebrated in a particular environment. The double-edged sword. Code switching is exhausting. It's a never-ending mental gymnastics routine that requires constant vigilance. You're always calculating, How do I sound? Am I being too this or not enough that? The pressure to conform can feel like erasure, forcing people to mute parts of their identity to blend in or gain acceptance. Over time, this can chip away at a sense of self, leaving individuals feeling fragmented or inauthentic. On the flip side, code switching can also be empowering. It demonstrates adaptability, resilience, and cultural intelligence. It's a skill, a kind of fluency in navigating spaces that weren't designed with everyone in mind. People who code switch master the art of being culturally bicultural, bilingual, or even multifaceted. When the roles are reversed. Code switching isn't always about assimilation into dominant norms, it can also go the other way. For individuals perceived as more aligned with those dominant norms, there can be pressure to adopt a hood persona in specific spaces. In this case, code switching becomes about proving authenticity and solidarity within their community, rather than blending in with the mainstream. Think of someone whose life experience might not match the stereotypical expectations of their cultural or racial background. In certain spaces, those perceived as too aligned with dominant norms face another form of code switching pressure. Here, adopting a hood persona becomes about proving your authenticity and solidarity with the community, lest you be labeled as not black enough. To avoid being labeled as not down enough, they may adjust their behavior, speech, or even interests to align more closely with perceived community norms. This form of code switching is often driven by the need to maintain cultural connections, gain acceptance, or dispel assumptions of privilege or detachment. While intended to foster belonging, it can still feel like a performance and carry its own emotional toll. This is where the complexity of identity truly reveals itself, as individuals juggle the expectations of both external and internal communities. Why code switching is necessary for success. Let's keep it real, the world we live in isn't designed with inclusivity in mind. Professional spaces, in particular, are often dominated by norms that align with whiteness, leaving little room for linguistic or cultural diversity. Here's why code switching sometimes becomes a career lifeline. Navigating bias. Studies show that Black job applicants who use AAV are more likely to face discrimination compared to those who use standard English. Code switching can help mitigate these biases, opening doors that might otherwise remain firmly closed. Earning trust and credibility. In corporate environments, sounding polished or adopting a neutral tone often translates to perceived competence. Black professionals may feel compelled to code switch to gain the trust and respect of colleagues or clients. Survival in hostile spaces. In a world where microaggressions and systemic racism persist, code switching can serve as an armor, a way to avoid conflict or deflect harmful stereotypes. Many spaces are not built for authenticity in all its forms. To climb the professional ladder or even simply to be heard, code switching becomes a strategic tool. Research shows that individuals who conform to dominant cultural norms in workplaces are often perceived as more competent or capable. Yes, the system is flawed, but it's the reality many face. For instance, linguistic code switching, like speaking standard English, can open doors to opportunities that might otherwise remain shut. Similarly, adjusting behaviors to align with unwritten workplace rules can help individuals build rapport, gain trust, and secure promotions. Meanwhile, for those navigating their own communities, leaning into cultural norms might establish credibility and foster deeper connections. Code switching, while not ideal, becomes the bridge to success in various environments. In a world where first impressions make all the difference, code switching can be the golden ticket to success. The hard truth is that conforming to the dominant norms often paves the path to opportunity. Yet, it's a bitter pill to swallow when you realize that this success often demands a trade-off with personal authenticity. For many individuals, this isn't just a career strategy, it's a necessary maneuver within spaces that aren't designed with them in mind. The exhausting balance between authenticity and expectation. Living in this constant state of adaptation is both empowering and draining. It's a delicate balancing act between meeting external expectations and staying true to oneself. The reality is identity isn't a one-size-fits-all mask, it's a vibrant tapestry woven with threads of individuality and community ties. The challenge and the strength lies in honoring both. Constantly recalibrating speech, behavior, and even appearance to conform to dominant norms requires an immense amount of emotional labor. Over time, this can lead to feelings of alienation, frustration, and a loss of self. For many individuals, it can feel like being forced to live a double life. Imagine having to suppress the vibrant expressions of your culture, your humor, your slang, your body language, just to be deemed acceptable. That's not just draining, it's dehumanizing. Conclusion: a balancing act. Code switching is a complex dance between self-expression and self-preservation. Whether the goal is blending into the dominant culture or proving belonging within one's own community, code switching often feels like a tightrope walk. While it can open doors to opportunity and connection, it can also come at a personal cost. It's a reflection of a world that still has a long way to go in embracing diversity. For now, many continue to navigate this tightrope, hoping for a future where authenticity and differences are celebrated rather than negotiated. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of code switching and its impact on our lives. If this resonated with you, leave a comment below with your thoughts or share your own experiences. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to challenge the norms that shape our identities. Until next time, stay true to yourself and embrace the unique tapestry of who you are. See you in the next video. What do you think? Is code switching just a part of life? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.